Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Cool Maniac here, and today I'll be showing two games that I really, caught me by surprise, and these are my own games, but I'll explain as we go on, go along. Like the first game here is on Swamp, and I'm playing in the Brazilian Bulldog, a tank I won like a little while back, and the reason I'm actually playing this tank is because of the operations that World of Tanks had during the time I played this tank. So, what were the operations? Well, it had like 9 days of Tankmass or Tankmass, you know, Christmas with a tank in it. Well, it wasn't 9 days, but it actually had 9 operations named after the 9 reindeers that Santa has. Now, the reason this was actually, I was actually really frustrated when I was playing this game. Reason being is, they did introduce this OPS, and what I'm trying to do here is actually complete the 25,000 damage done due to you spotting enemies. And well, as we all know, it used to be that way anyway. The best way to spot enemies is with a light tank. Problem with that is, before they introduced the Tankmass challenges, they introduced the tier 10 light tanks. So naturally, everyone and their mother is playing light tanks these days. So getting those 25,000 damage, as you were watching me here, attack the Tarragon 131, was really frustrating. I mean, oh my god, was it frustrating. Like, this is one of those few games where there are only like 4 light tanks total. Every game until now that I've played, each team had at least 5 light tanks. And when you have multiple light tanks, other tanks will spot, enemies before you can spot them, and obviously you don't get the damage, which is really frustrating. This has been the most frustrating operation, but, well, this was the game that got me that much closer to it. I had like something 20 whatever thousand at this point, and I was just frustrated because, I spot enemies, no one was shooting at them, none of my teammates were shooting at them, I wasn't getting the damage, and by the time that I got here, other people respotted them, and they got the damage, so it was pretty frustrating as hell. This is why I'm playing this aggressive here. I mean, at this point, as you're seeing, I'm getting spotted, and I think, who the hell is spotting me? And then I notice that I have someone, atop of me here on the mountain, and that's the T-29, which I'll take care of in a minute. But anyways, like I was saying, I was really frustrated during this game, so I said, fuck it, let's just do what I can. I'll attack tanks, I'll do damage. And, I mean, I like this tank. I haven't talked much about this tank. It's really fast, obviously being a Bulldog. It's the Brazilian Bulldog. It's a premium tank that, for some reason, actually, a while back, Wargaming made this little, operations where you could win almost, a lot of the premium tanks for free. You just had to basically complete, do damage, get points, and you can get them. And I got the Brazilian Bulldog, the T25E2, I think, T29E2, whatever, I forgot what it was called. I got a lot of free tanks, the Ripper, the, I don't know, what else. I mean, I got, 7 tanks for free, and they're good premium tanks too, not just, some tier 3 bullshit, right? And the reason why I'm actually doing this Tankmass challenge, where you're watching me here just running around. Also, I apologize that you can't see the first person view of this, because, that's just how replays work. I wasn't actually recording this while I was playing the match. This is me recording the replay I'm watching of this match, which, I mean, I'm not a professional commentator, as you can, as you've already, summarized. If you want, a World of Tanks professional commentary, there are plenty of channels like that, like Quickie Baby, Mingles with Jingles, although Jingles doesn't do that many commentary, that much World of Tanks videos these days, due to all the things that happened. But yeah, there are plenty of professional commentators of World of Tanks out there. I'm just, showing you a game that I had a lot of fun at. This is actually this is actually the moment where my frustration just died down, and I was actually having fun. I stopped caring about the operation. I just wanted to complete this. If I do some spotting, damage due to me spotting enemies, so be it. If not, who cares? Let's just have some fun. And you'll see why I'm showing this game at the end of this video. Holy crap, well, this is one of those games where you get more damage, actual damage with your light tank than you do, you know, damage due to your spotting or assist damage. And this is actually the best game I've had with the Brazilian Bulldog. I haven't actually played it that much. I don't think I even have 100 games with it. Because, well, right now my main playthrough through these tanks is me actually winning or unlocking higher tier tanks. Recently I unlocked the tier 10 E100, which I really love. The German super heavy, which I really love, as I play around with this Tiger here, who doesn't seem to be, yeah, he isn't fully upgraded. And got a kill on that, thank you very much. I wonder if that counts as, you know, damage I did due to my own spotting. And now I'm gonna take care of the Tiger P over there, because, well... Actually, I don't get... While we are on the Tiger P, I don't get the lack of love that tank gets. I actually really enjoy it. It's really trollish, though. It actually fools even tier 9 tanks into shooting it as a normal Tiger, and then bouncing off of it, because they... Well, the front of the Tiger P is more heavily armored. That being said, it is slow, yes, it tends to catch on fire, which is kinda, you know, realistic, seeing as how the Tiger P was one of those tanks that actually, in real life, wanted to catch on fire. That's why it never got mass produced, you know, past the testing phase or whatever. And this is why this is how you play light tanks, I guess. I mean, I'm not the expert, but this is what I've seen people do, so this is what I'm emulating. Oh, nice! I actually damaged his Maniac. I didn't actually notice this when I was playing the game. I actually noticed this, well, on the replay, that I actually Maniac this guy. I didn't actually notice this. I thought that I shot him at the same time as one of my teammates shot him, and that's why he got destroyed. But, well, I mean, rewatching the replay, this turns out I actually Maniac the guy, which 800 damage. Hello, thank you very much. I'll take that. As you can see at this point, I don't care about spotting damage. I mean, look at it. My teammates are, well, obviously closing in because they have nowhere else to go other than go to the base and cap, which a lot of my teammates seem to love to do. But hey, this game was different, and this is one of those games that just lifts your spirits and makes you put a big smile on your face. This is actually the best game I've had with the Bulldog to date, and well, like I said, you'll see why in the post-game stats. But like I said, I like it. Now this, it doesn't actually show it in the replay. I guess the replays aren't bug-free, because at this point I'm actually, I've actually switched to the premium now. You know, the 5 rounds over there. There you go. See, I'm shooting that, and it's actually showing that I'm loaded with the normal rounds. The reason being, this is a really heavy armored tank. Even though the sides are very light, still, this is high explosive rounds this tank shoots. It's not AP or APCR, it's just high explosive, which is why it, you know, does as much damage when it penetrates as it does. Anyways, off to the, you know, post-game stats, which is why I'm showing this game. First off, look at that damage, 5.6 thousand with a high explosive shooting tank. That I was extremely pleased with this. Now, I did get a 1,900 assisted damage, which actually was pure assisted damage due to me spotting, which I was really happy. After this, I think I only had to do like 230 something more. Okay, from that we go to Malinovka. Now, this is one of those maps that I really love and I really love to hate. Reason being is, well, this is actually the next operation in line, if I remember correctly, or it was actually the operation after that. It was some games after the operation with the assistant damage. I think it was the one right next, right after that, because I think the reward was for the 25,000 assisted damage due to spotting them enemies, like 1 day of premium and some crew training buffs or whatever. Anyways, we're playing with the Chinese Premium 112. This is one of my go-to tanks when I well, this is a really good machine if you want to make a lot of credits. It has a good gun. It's not the best gun. It has a really inaccurate 122mm, which, by the way, is really trollish. It can be deadly accurate, and it can just point blank screw you over. The armor of the tank is really good, really trollish, and I think it's been buffed a little bit. I'm not sure about that. I know that on the PC version, this tank has received a serious buff to the armor, but I don't think that's happened yet on this, well, on the console version, on the PS4 and the Xbox version. I'm not sure though. Anyways, I was going to go initially on the hill, but I saw that my team doesn't give a shit. Look at that. Some of them are actually going, to their credit, they're going up the hill, but no one is taking care of the light tank and the medium tank that's right here, right in front of us. So I decided to screw it. Now, the operation I'm supposed to do, which I'm clearly not doing, is actually track enemies and then, you know, receiving assisted damage due to me tracking damage. That's actually the thing that I need to do in this operations. And I think it was like 30,000 damage you had to do, something like that. I'm not sure. I have to check. But I was, again, this was like 2 games later, and I was trying to do that, and again, my team was disappointing me because, well, it's not, it's kind of not their fault, but for some of them it is, because, well, while I was tracking enemies with mediums and light tanks, they were tracking enemies with the super heavies. I mean, I had games where I was playing with the tier 9 Conqueror, you know, trying to get some little bit more XP or whatever, tracking enemies, and E100s were shooting with their premium ammo at enemies' tracks, not on purpose, not, you know, not just by RNG, but on purpose. And this game I was just, you know, screw it, they're not gonna do it, might as well move in, might as well do this. And it ended up kind of being a reversal roll day because, well, you're gonna see in the post-game stats that the results, the medals I win with this tank, which surprisingly though, well, I mean, not surprisingly, but I guess what I want to show is that I earned that kind of medal with this tank more often than you think. I've been, and I'm talking about the patrol duty medal, obviously. I mean, I'm spotting enemies here, using the T-29 as cover because he's not upgraded at all. He can't do diddly squat to me. Even with his premium ammo, he's gonna, you know, he's gonna struggle to penetrate me unless he actually hits my lower plate, or, you know, if I give him my side or whatever. So hugging him is the best thing to do because he does provide cover for me. And, well, do that, attack him, do that, attack him, and move on, move on. Now, like I said, the point of this game was me to actually track my enemies and let my, you know, my team destroy them. But, yeah, I kind of gave up hope on that because, well, I can't really track them. It didn't make sense to me to go to the hill because this gun doesn't have any depression to speak of. It does have the gun depression, you know, in the stats, but it's as much as gun depression as the sky is red, so, you know. Although the sky does get red in the dusk, so, you know. It does have some gun depression, but it's, you know, it is the Chinese tank, so it's, well, it's more like a Russian gun depression, which is basically saying it doesn't have any gun depression. The slight less elevation, and, well, like here, I am struggling to find a good point where I can actually shoot this guy because my gun doesn't have the gun depression to actually shoot his weak point. But hey, actually that works out. It wasn't, you know, tracking damage, but hey, it's spotting damage, which doesn't count, so, you know, kind of defeats the purpose. Like I said, I'm not a professional commentator, so sorry if I'm just, you know, babbling on while you're watching this game, but it's just, I wanted to show that you can actually have fun while you're trying to do these annoying challenges. Because they are annoying. When you have to do like 25,000 damage due to you spotting enemies, not assisted damage, spotting damage. When you have to do 30,000, over 30,000, I think it was like 35, 30,000, whatever, damage due to you tracking, you know, enemies, and then your team obviously destroying them, or if even if it's just, you know, you having to do 75,000 damage in order to progress to this through this operation tree. You can have fun in it. I did. I actually love this game. It does have its problems, it does have its issues, especially now with the tier 10 light tanks. I feel like the light tanks have lost their purpose because, well, anyone playing with the tier 10 light tanks, which, holy shit, surprisingly, a lot of people just got them the first day. Amazing for them. They've been playing, obviously, they've been playing the game a lot more than I have. Anyways, the only tank left here is the Tiger, and this is where I actually turned my brain back on, and I realized, well, holy shit, I have to do assisted damage due to me tracking enemies, so I'm not gonna do damage to this tank. I can do damage to this tank. I can do a lot of damage to the Tiger, because the Tiger is pretty much cannon fodder for this 122mm. Basically, I have to hit it anywhere and it'll do damage, but I am going to aim and shoot at its tracks. I want my team to destroy it, not me. So as you see, I didn't do any damage to it. I just do tracks damage. And I'm going to shoot his other track now because I do need the damage. And I'm going to get, I think, like something like 1,000. Because I think that was like the amount of health this tank had left. But yeah, I could have done a lot more damage. And at this point, I actually realized that I should have. Because I thought, holy shit, I might have, missed my mastery badge. Because I've never actually gotten a mastery to this tank. Until now. Actually, this was actually something else that made me really, really happy, and further increased the enjoyment of this, me playing this game, because I got a mastery badge after a lot of games, and I had games where I had 4.8 thousand damage on this tank, and 2,000 blocked and some assistant, and it was just a first class mastery, and I have 5,000 blocked, 3,000 damage, 3,000 assistance, and I got a mastery, and also patrol duty, although, it is what it is. Anyways, there it is. That's my video for today. I mean, for this game, for these two gameplays. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.